as we get into game number one of day number two.
All right, so day number two, expectations are high for both teams. Now they're representing very different regions, right? This is the wildcard region coming out from Impunity and Indonesia region coming out from Kagendra. Now this first skirmish looking a little bit more spicy because Impunity, I think they want to allow as much farm going into Up's hands as possible. And this is one of the big win conditions, right? If you can win that farm lane gold accumulation, essentially you have secured early to mid-game victory.
And the Zhang Fei, we can see him rotating down to the farm lane, so he's just going to play the babysitter role. He's not going to truly help the mid lane. He knows it's a lost cause looking at, oh, okay, the one that show up is Megumi, so you know that you're not going to get much out of the mid lane. Might as well just go to the bottom lane and just try to win it there for your early.
Yeah, for sure. I think Lu taking up the smite as well, he needs to make sure that it is very effective. And here we go. This is the first interaction between the two of them. X-Hero taking quite a bit of damage, right, against Hans. And I think Hans, if he's able to clear the lane earlier, it's going to work much better in his favor. But because of the skill sets on the side of X-Hero, I think that's a difficult task to call for on the side of Hans.
I'm looking at a lot of Impunity players actually grouping up at the top side. Interesting. Okay, so they're going to leave their farm laner exposed for now. Looks like they want to try to win the mid lane again. Bit of an engagement in the middle, but that's just to clear off the minion wave.
Yeah, it is really just to funnel all the farm into Up, right? Right now, Xiaolin's job is just to hold the wave as long as possible so that Up can get as much gold in his pocket. So even though it seems like a very small thing, Lu's positioning here to disallow Up to come down into the farm lane actually matters quite a bit.
Yeah, and we can see this is not your usual play style of like, okay, Lady Sun goes down to the farm lane. Instead, they send Yixing down to the farm lane instead. And this is the flexibility that Honor of Kings is able to provide to the players out there. It's just down to the creativity of the players themselves. But speaking about creativity, let's see if they can get something out of this move onto the bottom. But no, it's just to shoo away the players from Kagendra.
Okay, now we take a look at the growth of the items, right? Asing is just a little bit ahead on the side of WeRaw, and that might be a concern for them because if the Toon is able to out-sustain you in the fight, it means your backline is pretty much exposed on the side of Kagendra, right? And knowing that they have this composition of Xiaoling with Yixing as well, they have to be really careful about how they position in the fights. You can't be dragged too long into a 1v1 fight between tanks.
But looking at the bottom lane, looks like they're putting a lot of pressure onto Lan Feng, but Lan Feng is well protected. Of course, that is going to be Lu's role to be the bodyguard. As long as he's there, still at the front line, they can't go all in onto Lan Feng.
Yeah, it's one important marker, right? The moment you force Lan Feng to go back home, you won the lane because that's going to be one wave missing, and that's a lot of gold. Hang on.
Oh. X-Hero taking a lot of damage, but he's close with the tower, so should be fine now with that protection. But then again, still a lot of pressure up at the top lane. At the bottom lane, we have Lu here opening up the space, giving information, and they're trying to push back their opponents.
Okay, WeRaw finally has the EXP advantage, and he's making life a little bit difficult for Asing here. If he gets a steal, that's going to be huge. Right now, I think it's everything hangs in a balance, right? The first mistake made by either side is going to cost them quite a lot. Here we go. This might be the first one.
Yeah, well, it's my board, but looks like they will not continue their engagement. But they managed to bait out the Unbridled Outburst, though, so that is still objective secured, if you ask me. Because right now, the other objectives are up, and the Unbridled Outburst will end its cooldown soon.
Yeah, that's exactly why they didn't go in, right? This is more important than getting a first blood at this point. They need to control the map. And here comes that portal, the teleportation. All 5 members on both sides in this pit.
And here we go. Looking at the movement here by Megumi. Looks like he was trying to fight on the front line, goes on to the back line, and Senku has to get away. He cannot be part of the fight again. As Up will get the first blood. Looking at the current situation, Impunity, they lost 2, unfortunately, though Up, he got 1. But they managed to trade it back with Hans as well. So it's a 2-4-2 without anyone getting the objective.
Yep, so it's a big stalemate at this point, right? But small wins, I think Up, he's the one that got the kills. That's going to amplify his farm quite a lot. Now, they're going to try and put as much pressure as they can onto this farm lane T1. And that's going to create a little bit of space, right? And based on what's happening now, I would say I think Megumi did a very good job with that Tremor Smash as well, catching the two frontliners, making sure that Shi as well couldn't get off that combination. Now, that's a nice jump by the Dharma as well, but he's caught in the middle of three different players on the side of Impunity, and up is inside those three members, which means he's able to deal a ton of damage.
And I really like the Tremor Smash straight onto the back line to control the damage dealers from there, or at least the CCs from the back line. So that was a great move there by Megumi to start it off. And following up from that fight, it looks like they want to try to take that mid tower, but it's not going to be that easy now that they have the rotation coming in from Kagendra.
Yeah, once again, they force out the Unbridled Outburst, but Kagendra, they've committed. I think they might want to try and force this here. It has to be done. If not, the Unbridled Outburst will be wasted.
Oh, Megumi, he does have the Tremor Smash though. He's going in, and there you go, starting it off, and they'll be able to get one. Looks like Up will get his first kill in this fight. Ashing follows up with another kill. Though Kagendra, they got the objective, but they lose so much in this fight.
Dude, Megumi is just so sick, right? He played that to a T simply because he was having control onto reroll. Now, one of the things that's really difficult for Ogryn players is the fact that, hey, you have your Death's Precipice, you have the Path of Passing, you get the heals, you get the Seer State as well. But if you're controlled up, that's actually the biggest weakness of Ogryn. If you get controlled, there's nothing much an Ogryn can do. So Megumi did his job fantastically, took the attention and put it on himself, but at the same time opened so much room for Up to just go and lay the pain.
Now, some people might say that, whether it's worthwhile to go for it and then just to lose three players. I would say if you lose up to three players, it's definitely not going to be worth it. So it's a great work by Impunity, I must say.
Oh yeah, for sure. And look at the map now, right? Once again, it splits up the lineup of Kagendra. They have to try and funnel the farm into whoever is available. At the same time, while they're busy scrambling to try and make sense of the map, Up is already farming lanes up and down.
Oh, here we go. Megumi, he does have the Tremor Smash though. He can U-turn at any point of time. Well, is my board activated? But Shaolin will get it. And now they want to go for another kill. Weira will get Megumi. That is a big target there. So right now, Impunity, they cannot engage. But they still have Ashing though. But if you have only 4 players with other towers to take, why not change the objective?
Yep, Impunity showing off their composure and their experience as well, right? They actually wasted the Unbridled Outburst from Lu. It only hit that Crimson Golem, right? It didn't hit anyone else. And they had this misunderstanding that, you know what, maybe it's time to go all in. And they walked straight into Xiaoling's The World is My Chessboard. And it was a big moment because Impunity, if you give them such a chance, they never miss.
Oh, a bit of a teaser there by X-Hero. But be careful not to be caught. He's giving a lot of vision though towards his other teammates, but look at what's happening at the bottom lane. Up is pressuring the bottom lane together with Ashing, and now they're dominating the bottom jungle side.
Yep, he's 1,000 gold ahead of his counterpart Lan Feng here, and it's not looking pretty because the T2 on the mid is going to be taken down. This is a lot of vision taken away from Kagendra and a lot of safety as well.
Oh, and here we have it, Xiaolin alone right in front of Lu, but just opening up the vision, opening up the jungle. They're not allowing Kagendra to come out. They're choking Kagendra back.
Yeah, that's a dwindling of resources as well. Every single camp that they take away from the side of Kagendra actually amplifies the farm so much. Weira now, he's in a very tight position. Yes, he does have Blood Rage, but it's going to take a lot more because Megumi has been on him this entire game.
Now I'm going to put focus onto the top tower. There's nothing much that Kagendra can do right now. I mean, you kind of think about it like how Kagendra is going to initiate. Yes, you have Lu with the Unbridled Outburst at this moment, but you need to have a good position for him to be able to use the Unbridled Outburst well, and also the position of his other teammates. Without that, it could be wasteful.
Yep, it's difficult, right? Because now Daybreaker has been completed by Up, so that's a ton of damage, right? The 3 core items, Shadow Ripper with the Eternity Blade as well. So he's already having critical damage. He's has a lot of attack speed as well. But more importantly, if we take a look at Megumi's lineup, in terms of itemization, he's really close towards that Frigid Charge, which means his Tremor Smash is going to be evolved into a much more dangerous beast, because when he uses that ultimate, he gets to freeze them at that space as well. So it's not a pretty picture on the side of Kagendra.
Yeah, on top of that, he does have a 1 level gap with Lu as well. So that's a comparison just to see how big the gap is between the two teams. Now it looks like they're going to start it off again. And Brighter Outburst will be used. He is tanky enough. He'll be able to withstand inside of the box, but that's as much as he can do.
Yep, Weeraw is going to try, but pushed away once again by Megumi.
Oh, Ashin got it. And now time to engage. Nope, they're going to play the patience game. They're going to wait for the next wave to come up before they push in.
Yep, they're just too tanky, right? On the side of Impunity, not only are they tanky, they have damage as well. Now, Weeraw, he may be getting caught. He has to play this really, really safe. Impunity, 4-man strong on the top lane. This could be the first breaking entry into that T3 on the base of Kagendra.
And without the Brighter Outburst, it's going to be hard for Lu to truly engage. At most, he's able to provide shields to his teammates, but that's pretty much about it. He's just a guardian right now until he's able to stack up his madness.
Yep, the only solution for the side of Kagendra now, I think it's really just buy time, right? We want to see that potential comeback, similar to how Elevate did it. Every single minute that they are able to drag is a big marker for a potential turnaround. But it's so difficult.
Oh, and here we go. It's going to be difficult for Weeraw. And Weeraw taken out by Up. And they will take down the tower as well. But from the side, we have IHans all the way in. This is going to be their trump card right now. But IHans is not able to get much out of that engagement. A lot of damage from the side of Impunity. They not only took down the tower, but they took down 2 from Kagendra.
Yep, that's a perfect positioning coming out from Impunity, right? Up nowhere to be seen, which at this stage of the game is a beauty, right? At the same time, all the different members on the side of Impunity, they have spaced themselves out so cleanly that you can't really get all of them at one go. Once again, Megumi, the MVP currently in my eyes, managing to control not just Weeraw, but on the back lines, getting Senku as well. So there's no countermeasure available from the side of Kagendra. Yes, they can tank through some of the damage, but there's no damage that they can offer on their side as well.
Yeah, Megumi sacrificed himself, which is absolutely fine. I mean, that's what support does. So has to do what he has to do. But anyway, he has the teammates, won the fight, got a couple of kills, so it's worthwhile for Impunity. Now they're going to put focus onto the bottom lane. The tower is open, and they will easily take down the tower unchallenged by Kagendra.
Yep, T3 on the bot going to be taken down as well. It needs a little bit more time for the side of Kagendra. But with that being said, I think Impunity, they can't be too relaxed as well, right? They need to kind of push them into a very uncomfortable situation here. X0 may be playing with fire a little bit too much here.
Oh, from the side! They should be able to get 3 of them. And here's World is my ball. Activator managed to get 2 within it. How are the other teammates able to save them? The answer is no. Weeraw will be the one to fall.
Yeah, big moment here. Weeraw being the main tank, and IHans, he tries his best. Not gonna happen here. There is only Lu, the solo tanker for the team. But is he able to take damage from 5 different members on the side of Impunity?
That was IHans just throwing it all on the deck there. They know that it's going to be hard for them to make that comeback. But speaking about comebacks, if there was a moment, it will be right now. But Impunity will say no to it as they take home game number 1.
Beautiful performance by Impunity.